guys, this is Emily Lopez, and today I want to talk to those of you who are thinking about getting a real estate license and have written in and said, what are the steps I take to get my license? So the first thing you want to do is get on your state's real estate commission website. They're going to give you a rundown for the application process, what all the requirements are, what your education requirements are, your background requirements, and your testing requirements. This is the place that is going to be your #1 resource to get all the information you need. If the website doesn't have the information that you're hoping for, call the number, ask them what you need to do and what steps you need to meet to get your license. So they're going to give you information on education, and you're going to have to take a certain amount of classes depending on your state to be able to take the test to get your real estate license. One thing that you're really going to want to look into with the different instructors in your state are your options online. Are they in person? What works with your life? Can you take a week off of work to go to class, or do you have to do it online? And does that coordinate with where you live? Are you going to have to travel for that? These are all things you're probably going to have to plan for if you're currently working at another job and you're trying to balance getting the license while still working where you're at. So that's something to think about when checking for instructors, is what type of education do they offer. The other thing is just doing your research on, do they teach in a way that is going to be understandable for you, that you're going to have a good pass rate, but also keeping in mind you're going to have to put in the work. So if you go to class in person or you do the education online, you're going to have to study and prep and be in a position to take that test and be able to pass that test, because every time you take the test you have to pay for it. So keep that in mind. Now, the thing I would recommend to you is, if you're going to take that test, take it as soon after finishing the class as you can, because that information is never going to be as fresh in your head as the last day of class. So I would not recommend finishing class and then waiting 3 weeks to take your test. It's going to be a lot harder to remember that information. So really try to coordinate your schedule with your life, with what's best with getting that education done and then getting that test taken right away. The other thing you want to be keeping in mind as you work towards passing your test is, when you get your real estate license, you can't just go and start working on your own after you pass your test. You have to have your license held under a responsible broker, and your license is actually going to be issued by your state to that brokerage and then in your name. So you need to start interviewing with brokers and asking around and thinking about who you're going to work for once you pass that test. We're going to lead into that in the next video. We're going to talk about things you want to look for in a broker and maybe what's the best scenario for you and your lifestyle, but you're going to have to plan for that before the state will issue your license. So just a quick recap, guys. #1, start with your state's real estate commission so you make sure you're taking all the steps you need to. #2, find a great instructor and do the education and work really hard throughout that period. Study. It's a lot of information, and you're gonna have to work hard to pass that test the first time. #3, take and pass your test. #4, find a broker that's a great fit for you. Thanks for stopping in. We're gonna follow up on this a little more and go into more detail. I hope you guys have an awesome day. See you later.